Alright, I'm here with another vulnerable kind of video. Not scripted, just chill, sitting here in the comfy seat. Somebody said a saying, I believe it was someone on YouTube, but I made a note of it weeks ago, this phrase they said, and now it's suddenly making sense to me. And that is, show your scars, not your open wounds. Now, this channel, if you're new here, well, you'll find out what it's about. If you're not new here, then you should know. It's a witchy community and safe space, and I am very vulnerable and open with you guys. I share things that, well, if I was in person, I'd cringe to share. I'm very honest, and I think I'm too honest sometimes. Something happened recently that's made me realise, actually, that's some sage advice to give you guys, to give you people. Don't show your open wounds. And what do we mean by that? Well, we all have traumas to an extent, some more than others. We all have insecurities, no matter who you are. We've all got them. And it's about being confident with yourself, who you are, in your skin. And if you're sharing things on a vulnerable level that could possibly trigger you or make you feel worse, then maybe it's not time. I'm all for being open and honest, but yeah, maybe it's not time. At time of filming, I got a lovely comment. I take that with a pinch of salt. There's sarcasm there. I got a lovely comment of someone who said that I've been looking ill lately and that I've got mega bags under my eyes and my face is puffy. But they loved me and they loved my insight. I was kind of gobsmacked. And now I know you get all sorts on the internet. Of course you do. It's the internet. It's the Wild West. And people are unfiltered as shit. They don't care. You're a face on a screen. You're not a human. But that gobsmacked me. And why is that? Why did it? It's because I am working on myself really hard right now. I am going through a lot spiritually. I've mentioned on the channel how I'm navigating through the tree of life and the tree of death. I'm in the Qlippoth right now. I've just gone into a realm called Arab-Zarak. I am dealing with some intense shadow work and alchemizing things. And yet, that triggered me. And that was on purpose. And I'm being honest and open with you. Something I thought was a scar wasn't. It was an open wound. I didn't realise how much of an open wound that was. And I don't know where I'm going with this video. I just feel like I have to be raw and vulnerable and honest. In Gamaliel, on my journey, which was the sphere I've been in before this, I haven't yet updated my blog or Patreon and stuff like I said I would, and I will, because I want to share honestly my journey that I've gone through, and I want to share my honest account of things. I think it's useful to hear other people's opinions, and so I will still be sharing, but I've had a lot going on. And Gamaliel is ruled over by Lilith, who was one of my patronesses anyways. I met basically all our sisters, who I've worked with most of them before anyways. I met new faces too, like Qlippoth and Dagdagiel, and I've been working closely with the goddess Babylon as well. Like all these new energies and faces, and I had this sense of confidence about me. There was trials I had to pass to get out of Gamaliel. And one of the things, I'll be open and honest, was to love myself, and not in a narcissistic way, but to really care about myself and be like, no, I am beautiful. I'm beautiful inside and out. And Lilith taught me something, actually, and I think it's okay to share this bit with you. That attraction, beauty, you've heard of the phrase, beauty's only skin deep? to an extent it is. Real beauty doesn't come from a person's looks. You could be the most conventionally attractive person in the entire world, but you could be ugly on the inside. And she taught me it's the way you carry yourself, the way you present yourself, your energy. And I've even noticed myself going through my YouTube how my energy is changing. And I do feel more confident. But then I get a comment like that. And it's laughable that something so trivial can affect me. But that person, I mean, what goes through somebody's mind to do stuff like that, you know? That's an ugly thing to do in my eyes. And a lot of internet trolls and, you know, I don't think they were trolling per se, but it was just like like a lapse in judgment or something. I don't know. I don't know what goes through people's minds. But that showed me and it helped me in a way that actually I'm not quite over it the way I thought. Going into this new sphere, going through the tunnel of Set, was number 28, I believe, the tunnel I went through. It was linked with Serpents and the Furies, by the way, that tunnel, and Machaloth appeared to me when I was in that tunnel, not realising I was going through that tunnel, and Machaloth is a demoness that is represented by serpents. She is serpent-like, but very motherly energy. But yeah, going into Arab Sarak now, I'm like, oh, actually, some insecurities are surfacing again, and that's why I thought, right, I'm going to be vulnerable, and maybe I'm sharing the open wound, and I shouldn't. But I guess the message to say to you guys is that we've all got issues in some freaking way, shape, or form. And I don't think anyone's going to be 100% happy with themselves, whether it's the way they look, the way they behave, the way their life is panning out to be. We're always going to find something to pick at. And what we need to do is look at ourselves and when we are doing that, because there are external factors and other people that do wish for our downfall. There are people who will always pick a fault with you regardless, because that's just the way of the freaking world, which is what that comment illustrated to me, that, geez, someone really thought that was something to do. Like, what? So whether it is in a nice way or in a troll way or whatever, there's always going to be someone out there who is wanting your downfall, who is jealous of you, who doesn't like you for whatever fucking reason. And let them get on with it. But we've got to like ourselves and we've got to love ourselves. And that isn't making us self-centered, narcissistic, all this bullshit. It is just making us human and strong. And that, yes, we may have scars, but we don't have to have those wounds reopen again. And that's what this video is, just me being honest, getting stuff off my chest. Because I feel I have to do that. I just feel drawn to do that because I think there's other people that probably need to hear this right now. Now, the world is not black and white. And I had an inner feeling as well that perhaps that comment was suggesting, now I'm reading between the lines, but this is just my gut, saying that because I have embraced the Qlippoth, I'm openly working with demons, that they're draining the life out of me. And maybe that's something in my subconscious still that I need to work through. But it's not that at all. I've worked with Lilith for years and years and years. I've worked on the left-hand path for years. I've worked with spirits of all varieties. And one more thing I want to say is that the realm of angel versus demon is not what you think. Now, at time of filming, and I shared this on Patreon, and I was like, what? Something that I should have known, okay, that was blatantly obvious in my face, actually wasn't that obvious. Archangel Uriel, lovely energy. I've spoke with him loads. I haven't personally worked with him, but I've got customers where he's their patron and guardian. And even my friend Lauren, when she went through the Sephiroth, he was her guide through it. So I did a lot of speaking with him. always gelled with Archangel Uriel. And I've had Uriel and Azazel in the same room. And Azazel is one of the leaders of the Watchers, or the Grigori, fallen angels. And he is said to be basically a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. And they're said to not like each other. And I thought, well, why is getting along? And I just saw, oh, people setting aside differences for the greater good, like I've explained on the channel before. Oh no, Uriel's sometimes known as a demon. And I'm like, what? So, I'll have to put it on the screen. In demonology, we are so sucked into mainstream names, let's say. So the Ars Goetia is just one grimoire that was said to be from King Solomon, and the demons mentioned in the Ars Goetia are, to be honest, the gods that were demonized. I don't care what other people say. Everyone's got their different opinions. Think what you want. But I've come to that conclusion that even Payman, I forgot the name of the god he was, but there was a Semitic god of travelers that was on a dromedary. That was Payman. Baal is Baal. Astaroth is Astarte. Isis slash Wadjet is Boon. Sobek is one. I forgot. Sobek, the Egyptian crocodile god, is another one. And I forgot the one he is. Anubis is one. Cerberus is Nerberus. They are gods demonized. Anyways, that is not the only grimoire of so-called demons. And even Solomon's work, there are at least two others. And in this other one, his aerial demons, which would kind of make sense if they're all meant to be of the air. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I haven't studied enough about it, clearly. But Uriel is one of them. And there's others, and I'll put it on the screen. I found a copy of the actual grimoire online for free, if you want to look at it. But the thing is, with demonology and modern demonology practices, it seems to be, it seems to be very centered around the Goetia. And the Goetia is but one grimoire. It's but one thing. I mean, even outside of Solomon, there's other grimoires like the Dictionary Infernal and the Grand Grimoire, and there's other things, Book of Oberon, so many others. And there's so many spirits out there that would be classed as a demon, I suppose, but they're not. It's a lot of this was stuff that came around in the Middle Ages that was demonized to brainwash people into Christianity. So seriously, it's not as simple as you may think. And the fact that it was in my face, I've got the Dictionary of Demons. I recommend it if anyone's into demonology. It's by Michelle Bellinger. I can't say her name properly. It's really good. It doesn't have every single person in, because I was looking for Dag Dagiel, but it had Dagiel in, but not Dag Dagiel. But Uriel was in it this whole time. I've had that for years, that book. I'm like, why didn't I not even look it up? The thing is, with spirituality, we get knowledge when we're meant to get the knowledge. We don't know everything. We won't know everything. And sometimes if we get knowledge too soon, then we can't process it properly. So it's handed to us at the right time. And I just feel I had to share that bit as well. Okay, nothing's as simple as you may think. So before you cast your judgments on anybody or anything, just have a look inward and think, am I the problem? And if you are on the receiving end of some judgments like I was, well, this is what I mean when I say shadow work comes to you. Share your scars, not open wounds. Have a look. Is it a scar? Does it bother you? If it bothers you, why does it bother you? And work on loving you and caring about you. Because like I've said, there are many that want to tear you down. Many. Doesn't matter who you are. There's just nasty people in the world. But you've got to show up for yourself and be there for yourself. Because who else will at the end of the day? at the end of the day, you've got to be there for you. And I don't know if there's anything else I need to say right now, because this was just a candid, raw, flipping update. I don't know. I just felt like chatting and telling you guys this. I didn't do my usual intro, so if you did make it this far, please do check out all my stuff linked below. If you want to support the channel further, I do offer readings, and I've got Patreon. I teach tarot. I'm going to be teaching other things soon, and we're going through the Dark Goddess year as well on Patreon. So we're doing shadow work each month and different rituals, things like this, around different Dark Goddess archetypes. It's all about empowerment. Oh. Yeah, my microphone just ran out of battery, so I'm sorry if you hear the I've got this is so freaking down to earth, this one, but yeah guys, sorry if you hear any noise in the background. I've got my washer dryer on. The battery just ran out. Stay safe, stay witchy, appreciate you all, and love yourselves. Okay, bye guys.